let me introduce to you. Good afternoon, everybody. So I'm Emmanuel Baritier, and I belong to Airbus Protect, which is a subsidiary of Airbus Group, and it's dedicated to the business of supporting Airbus in the compliancy checking of all its systems and processes regarding safety, cybersecurity and sustainability. And obviously, governance will be our number 4 pillar because it will integrate all most important KPIs concerning systems, and especially complex system integrating AI applications. Next slide, please. Of course, from a global point of view, we are very much aware that AI Act highlights a lot of main stakes like ethical use and purpose, accountability, responsibility, transparency, explainability, documentation requirements, risk management and assessments, and data privacy and compliance. And for all of these topics, we have been involved in many risk governance and compliance processes for Airbus, but progressively for companies from other domains than aeronautics domains like railway, automotive, and also industrial risk, because we are very much involved in the scientific part of these requirements, demonstrations, and means of compliance. And that's the meaning of the second column. We are very much aware of the necessity of demonstrating, of arguing about performance, functional performance, accuracy, performance, and all other metrics characterizing the performances of the AI applications. But of course, above all, safety. Safety is very important, like cybersecurity. So we have been involved in the state-of-the-art of all techniques and methods able to demonstrate level of compliance about these two very important KPI, safety and cybersecurity. And last but not least, from these very important KPIs is sustainability, environmental impact, because systems will be more and more submitted to sustainability constraints. We are aware of environmental impact of digital applications, and we know that AI requires a lot of capability of processing and also data flow exchange. So these sustainability requirements will also be more and more important about system engineering of all this complex system integrating AI. And but let's think about the life cycle of the system, because which is very specific from AI, is that the beginning of the life, the startup of the life is very important. But afterwards, of course, some update of the AI application could occur in case of near miss or almost accidental situations. And from this point of view, life cycle requires a follow-up, a very, very, very deep follow-up of all operational scenarios. And of course, one speaks about big data capture and big data processing, about detection of near misses, for example, and of correction of what should have caused these almost accidents. And of course, one very sensitive point of AI application is difficulty to prove the non-regression property. So that's why lifecycle support of systems integrating AI is so sensitive, and we are very much aware about the definition of this lifecycle process to assure that this AI application, although not yet exact formal proof can be brought from the point of view of safety, should be protected against accidents and losses of users or people from the environment. And next slide, please. And what could consist of our contribution for a company who wants to become compliant with AI Act requirements? First of all, of course, one has to make a mapping of all AR-oriented applications or systems or products integrating AR modules. And what is very expressive from AI Act is that it's a hierarchical requirement system. That is to say, high-risk system, high-risk AI modules are very much emphasized, and one has to identify them apart from the other applications which are not so safety critical or cyber secure critical. So afterwards, one has to apply all requirements which are very much technical to those AI applications identified as very risky. And of course, there is an issue of cultural awareness of this AI governance process, because I've spoken about KPI demonstration, performance demonstration, like resilience, robustness, capability of generalization, for example, for AI, or steadiness. But when you speak about safety, this is a huge cultural universe of techniques, methods, and tools. And when you speak about cybersecurity, it's another culture. So that we're aware that experts from very complementary domains will have to contribute to this means of compliance demonstration with AI Act. So there is a cultural issue of making people from very specialized disciplines speak together and mutualize their knowledge to build a real global governance. And afterwards, when we have a more precise look about high-risk AI systems requirements, we will speak about accountability responsibility. We will speak about a risk management system like failure report corrective action systems, as we speak about in reliability issues traditionally. And also we'll speak with, of course, data privacy and compliance, documentation requirements, that is to say transparency about the way the data set has been used for design, for evaluation, for verification is very much important, and how to demonstrate the compliancy of this data set with the OD and the ODD, as we were told before. But also cybersecurity is very utmost important, because most of all, complex systems and system integrating AI have a lot of connection with environments, with IoT. So these are vulnerability fences from the point of view of cybersecurity. And of course, sustainability issues is not that much important in the current issue of AI Act, but it will grow, of course. And for not highest risk AI modules, of course, some of these requirements are applicable. Next slide, please. So what we will propose to all companies is a compliancy path, which will depend on the level of maturity of the company in all of these domains, sensitive for the AI governance, safety, cybersecurity, sustainability, ethics and compliancy, data privacy, and so on. And this will be applicable to specific organizations with their expertises and practices, and progressively we can update an organization to comply with these requirements. Next slide, please. We have to be aware that a huge framework of regulation, standards, and methodological frameworks have a very important role in the methods how to demonstrate the level of compliance. And this is one of our historical activities, to follow up very strictly the update of all these regulations. We can be general for all kinds of AI applications, or specific to a domain like railway, automotive, or aeronautics. For example, MLEAP standards is very much aeronautics oriented, but it can be also applied to a non-aeronautic system. And then last slides, I would like to speak about our differentiation criteria. Of course, our historical business is regulation, compliancy checking, and demonstration and assessment, and also prepare all technical evidences, clues, demonstration, some previous presentation have spoken about all this aggregation of different kind of demonstration and arguing about the global governance. And what is very important is that scientific techniques are very sensitive to the value of the kind of demonstration, of the kind of arguing you can offer. So one has to be very much mathematical oriented and technical oriented to be able to know the level of qualification of one report, one demonstration report in all of these matters. Thank you very much. I stay at your disposal if you want further information.